Hey, Coach, it seemed like you dug yourselves in a hole a little bit in the first few minutes of each half. Did you attribute that to maybe anything Oklahoma was doing that you weren't expecting, or did you feel like it was more on your end of things today?
No, I thought Oklahoma played incredible game. I thought they cut hard. I thought they played hard. They rebounded the ball. We dug ourselves a hole to start the game, and it was pretty much from the get go. I mean, we clawed ourselves back in there to down 4 or 3 or whatever it was, and we got out tough tonight, to be completely honest. I thought they played extremely hard. We didn't rebound like we're capable of. We turned the ball over too much. Look at the backcourt shooting numbers. Devo took 21 shots and JD took 14. I mean, that's a lot of field goals. Again, we've somehow got to figure out a way to have better point guard play. Chris's turnover killed us in the backcourt. I think the thing was 3 or 4, and he turned the ball over, and they, got an easy basket. I thought that, that was a turning point in the game.
Bob.
Yeah, sorry about the music. Eric, you got ejected. Was there one thing in particular you were ticked off about, or was it a accumulation of things, or what happened when you got the double T?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the reffing or you guys watched the game, and I had my opinion, and I'll leave it at that.
And then OU really knocked down the threes. You guys didn't shoot bad considering how you've been shooting, but what do you think OU's 3-point shooting and how that impacted the game?
Yeah, they got a really, really good, 3-point shooting team. And, this year's team, it's a reoccurring theme. We struggled to guard 3-point shots, and we struggled to contain the dribble drive. We have guys stuck in the middle of no man's land, just individual defensively. We have a lot of guys that have to improve as individual defenders for sure. Chris gives up a lot of 3-point shots, and I think JD and Devo can be better guarding that. And the DC's struggling defending the 3 and getting blown by, and Stanley really struggled tonight guarding out of bounds plays. So a lot of things we have to clean up over the next week.
It looked like Gus was coaching the team after you got ejected. Didn't see Keith on the bench. Could you shed any light on why Keith wasn't there today?
No, Keith's sick, and so he was unable to make the trip.
Guys, got one more. You guys got a week off now. Well, it won't be off. You'll be practicing, obviously, and then you play North Little Rock. Just kind of what's this next week look like? How do you think you guys will bounce back for a first loss?
Yeah, I'm really disappointed tonight with everything. So we'll get back to the drawing board and see what happens moving forward.
Thanks.
Coach.
Coach, I noticed you switched up your lineup to start the second half. Could you talk about that decision? And also, is that something you might consider doing moving forward, changing up your starting lineup?
I actually thought Connor played pretty decent. It was just a matchup situation because we knew that Tanner Groves could make threes and pick and pops, and we wanted to switch to try to change the complexion of the game. I thought there was times that it really helped us, but Connor didn't do anything wrong at all tonight. Just the quickness factor. And I didn't think that, there was no reason that, Stan didn't step up and do anything to shove Connor out of the starting lineup. Maybe if there would have been more productivity, we would look at that, but I didn't think we got much productivity either way.
And y'all did cut it to 3 in the second half. When you went on that run and cut it to what was going right for y'all?
I thought we were moving the ball better, and we got defensive stops. The only time that we really went through a segment of stopping them, because you look at their shooting percentage. They shot 62% from the field in the second half. That, defensively very uncharacteristic of our teams. So, I thought, quite honestly, we just got some stops and that was the end of it. I mean, you look at the plus minuses, for our guys and, certainly the starting group, did not, minus Connor. I didn't think he, again, but the other four guys, I mean, minus 24, minus 23, minus 20, minus 21. I mean, that unit did not play very well at all.
Scotty.
Hey, Coach, we talked quite a bit about, this is a game of runs. I know you had multiple runs, I think of 10-0 or more. What do you think keyed those for them, or what could you guys have done to prevent them from stretching those out?
I mean, I thought from the get-go, they got hot because we weren't, our guys didn't respect them enough, I guess, as 3-point shooters. And, when you get down 10-0 really quick, it's hard to overcome it. They started shooting with confidence. I mean, Gibson, was a player that we knew, almost all of his shots are from three and we didn't take it. I mean, he got 7 shot attempts off from three. And then Harkless, I thought he was phenomenal. He just completely, through toughness and sheer desire, had an incredible game.
I guess just without watching the tape, what defensive breakdowns did you see, I guess, just from your viewpoint?
I mean, individual defensively, it was probably his worst individual defense that I've, since I've been at Arkansas. Individually, I mean, you go across the board, like I mentioned, Chris gets, gives up 3-point shots. Stanley almost gave up a lob on a side out of bounds. Then he gave up a layup on a baseline out of bounds. Guys lost their men. I mean, there was a multitude of breakdowns.
Christina.
Coach DVorah had a really solid first half offensively. What can you say about his offensive performance?
Yeah, I mean, I thought DVorah was really aggressive. Obviously, 21 shots is, no one else in the game took more than JD's 14. He was aggressive tonight. We got to have more than 10 assists. I mean, it's hard to win when you have 10 assists and your backcourt takes that many shots. Obviously, DVorah was way more productive than what JD put up tonight from an offensive standpoint.
Bob.
Eric, I know it's a tough loss. You guys are 8-1. And I think there's only like 6 or 7 undefeated teams left, so it's hard to go undefeated, obviously. I mean, how do you still feel about the team, and what do you think you have to stress in practice this week?
Well, we have a lot of stuff, Bob, to stress. Not a little, but a lot. So we got, again, we didn't rebound the ball. But sharing the basketball is a constant, area we got to get better at.
And then this is
shooting. I mean, we shot 27% in the second half. I mean, we'll keep trying to diagram plays and stuff, but when you can't even make 30% from the field, in a half, you're not going to win many games.
Obviously, I don't think anybody expects anybody to go undefeated these days, but this is the first time this particular group's experienced a loss. How do you think they'll bounce back, and how do you feel about the leadership?
Yeah, I mean, well, we need leadership for sure. I mean, I think that's one of the things that we want to continue to work on is internal player leadership. We didn't respond very well when they went on their run in the late second half. So it'll be interesting how practices this week and like I said, we got to get a lot better.
Hutch, final question.
Yeah, Coach, JD over the last 8 games is shooting about 20% beyond the arc and still averaging about 7 attempts a game. Do you have to talk to him about shot selection, or do you think he's going to is he capable of shooting himself out of it, or what do you think about that?
Well, he thinks he's capable of shooting himself out of it. And I can promise you, Hutch, that it has been addressed. So now it's up, if it's been addressed and talked about and it continues to happen, roles might have to change and I might have to look at, another lineup or something, because it has been addressed over and over and over. So, I think we're beyond the point of hoping that it gets, works itself out by shooting out of it.
Thank you, Coach.